I don't have a problem with any type of exercise, but what I will say
But I don't like CrossFit.
All right, YouTube, we are back with another episode. Here's what we've got for you today. We are going to watch and react to Unplug Fit. Myron Gaines is...
That's a fake name.
Yeah, it's probably fake.
That's a fake name.
Yeah, this dude's got a shit ton of followers, and it looks like he's kind of like talk show-y now, so he's kind of found a little niche for himself. But he decided to throw CrossFit under the bus, and I don't think he likes it very much, and we're going to see if he's right or if he's wrong. I'm pretty sure we're going to be on the side of CrossFit, but we'll see. Maybe we'll be like, yeah, dude, fuck CrossFit. I'm selling my gym.
When it comes down to it, at the end of the day, in the United States, we have an obesity epidemic going on. Like 70% of Americans right now are overweight or obese to some degree. So I'm a fan of anything that gets people out there exercising, losing weight, maintaining a healthy lifestyle.
Dude, I agree with you 100%. He starts off excellent on the video, basically saying the obesity epidemic around the United States is massive. People need to move more. They need to exercise more. Couldn't agree with you 100% more.
With that said, people ask me all the time, hey, is CrossFit optimal for building muscle and getting ripped and looking good aesthetically? And quite frankly, the answer is no, guys. And the thing is that Reebok and CrossFit in general have done an excellent job of marketing to you guys, thinking that you're going to look like Rich Froning or any of these other CrossFit athletes, right, that look incredible.
Clearly, I mean, clearly he doesn't even know what CrossFit. Has he ever even been to a gym? I mean, come into my gym, and if you're talking about look-wise, and why don't you just go ahead and look at the sprinkle the infield in any class and see how the people look in here.
They look a lot better than 90% of the population.
Okay, so just come in and try it out, and let's actually look. Let's not just make a video on stuff that you obviously don't know anything about. Now, if you've CrossFitted for a couple years, maybe, but how long ago was that? Because clearly, if you're not saying Matt Frazier and Tia Claire Toomey,
right? He's saying
clearly
Rich
he's out
Froning.
of the game.
And Rich Froning is, kind of been, overshadowed by Matt Frazier and Tia Toomey for 5 years now. So.
Not saying that that's not a big face of CrossFit, but he's also relating it to Reebok, which has been gone now for a couple of years.
Probably just Googled.
Yeah.
We're former professional athletes, Division I athletes, or some form of elite competitor from a physical standpoint prior to the CrossFit.
I do completely agree that the CrossFit Games athletes are D1 professional athletes. They are Olympic lifters, extremely good at gymnastics. That's 100% true. Yep. So I completely agree with that.
They're the 1% though.
Yeah, he's relating that to looks, which doesn't make as much sense to me. Now, are you genetically going to be predisposed to just look like these people? No. I mean, obviously not. But you can say that about anything. That has nothing to do with CrossFit and getting you there. That's your genetics. So that could be anything you do from here on out. I guess if you strength train or something, could make a little bit of a difference.
Either way, CrossFit has done an amazing job of marketing to you that you can look like Rich Froning from just doing CrossFit, okay? Doing workouts of the day, or WODs as they would call them.
I literally don't think Reebok has ever done this as far as telling you think you're going to look like something else.
I've never seen an ad for it. I've been doing CrossFit now for a long time. I mean, it's been like 10 years or whatever, just south of that, and I have never seen any CrossFit ad or video or whatever say you can look like this if you just do abs for 30 minutes and do CrossFit workouts. They don't do that.
I usually see them with older people and people who look, I mean, I see CrossFit only reposting people who've lost a bunch of weight. I know I have a few of those, but I mean, yeah, the CrossFit Games actual Instagram stuff probably repost that, but it's never saying that you can look like this or you can do this.
No, nothing.
I've never once seen that. So, I mean, maybe there's a couple posts out there somewhere, but it would be rare.
I haven't seen it.
Doing complex Olympic lifts for time in a competitive environment is a recipe for disaster. You're basically over here doing scoliosis for time next to your competitor over here, who's, a weekend warrior, Joe, school teacher by day, CrossFit warrior by night, right? And then you, janitor, you know what I'm saying? You're over here doing burpees and hang cleans and snatches for time, and you have almost no athletic background.
So again, I agree with this man on some points here. He's talking about the weekend warriors coming in, just not trained very well, trying to do high repetition snatches with a heavy barbell with crappy form. Okay, yes, you're correct, but that depends on the gym. If you have an idiot of a coach or an owner that has no idea or care for actually the health and the safety of your members,
Doing on-ramps
is what he does. You have to complete several classes before you can even go into a normal class, just to understand how to scale the movements appropriately and things like that. And then if you have terrible coaches that sit on their phone while people are, working out and sitting on the bike or something like that, yeah, I'm sure probably people are going to get injured or whatever else. But you could say that about anything. So that comes down to gym basis. So I agreed at first, but at the same time, there's so many different variabilities there.
Yeah, I totally agree with him, but it's just gym dependent.
CrossFit Box in Boston, like, I got this, brah, I got this. And it's like, no, man, you don't got this, because let me tell you something. Sergey has been training for 20 years to learn this stuff. You learned it in a weekend at a CrossFit seminar of some kind, and you think you know how to do these complex Olympic lifts. And the reality is, you don't, man, you don't. These are lifts designed to be done for 1 to 3 reps, not for time, AMRAP, as many reps as possible, against other people. Like, no, dude, like, it's not designed for that. It's no wonder that the injury rate in CrossFit is like outrageous. Like, everyone is walking around like, oh, my back, oh, my shoulder, oh, my knees.
And also he gets into the 1-rep max clean and jerk, the 3s, and you got Sergey in Russia going for as much weight as possible. Yes, that's true, but you can also do it in a manner that will not create injury, because you have these things like on-ramp, and you can do these things at a little bit higher intensity. It seems like a common theme that because you're doing things at higher intensity, you immediately have to get hurt.
Yeah.
And we already had it.
True.
We're gonna link up in the description the CrossFit injuries. The studies don't show anything out of the ordinary whatsoever. Yeah, are there injuries? Yeah, there's more people moving. CrossFit has gotten more people. I'll bet this, that CrossFit has gotten more people than anything else in shape and out of the couch than anything in the entire world right now. I mean, there were at one point in time more CrossFit boxes than Starbucks.
It's a pretty impressive statistic right there.
And so with the more people that get up and moving, yeah, the more injuries that could possibly happen. Absolutely, that's going to happen, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't already whatever level it was at.
It's adherence, right? Well, if you're hurt, adherence is going to be really hard to maintain, right? You need to get on some kind of program that's going to keep you safe, healthy, and more importantly, able to lift for a long period of time.
So if you do have an injury and you're doing CrossFit, that is the perfect reason to be doing CrossFit, because if you're doing powerlifting and you injure your shoulder, you can't bench, and that's all you do. So now what do? Well, you can't do anything. If you're doing CrossFit and you have a shoulder injury, great. You can modify things to single arm. You can do stuff that's more full body stuff. You can do more squats. You can change up the movement pattern or just modify it specifically. That would be a perfect reason to do CrossFit in my opinion. I'm a physical therapist though, so I have a different viewpoint than most people, but I think my viewpoint is pretty damn valid.
There's a reason why bodybuilders are not doing WODs to get jacked and tan. They're doing conventional bodybuilding type training, time under tension, etc.
Now he's just going into the whole bodybuilding thing. It's just a different mindset. It's a totally different sport. Of course bodybuilders aren't doing CrossFit. Why would they be in there learning an Olympic lift when they put in so much time doing other things? We're not doing what bodybuilders do. I mean,
we have different goals.
We have completely different goals. So I mean, it's oranges to apples to other things right now. That's not making sense. And also, everybody that I see goes to the injury rate of CrossFit. Do these people really care if these people are getting injured? Like, it makes me wonder if they're like, I just don't understand where these injury rate things keep coming up, but nothing has ever been shown. And then they're like, oh, well, it never will be shown. Well, then how are you citing it?
Yeah,
you're not in a gym. You're not making up stats. You don't have anything to go off of. But somehow who don't go to a CrossFit gym, that everybody's getting injured. Come to my gym. Spend a year in here and let me know.
He seems like a good dude, but I don't go out and say, hey, the cyclists over in Canada, those guys are getting injured often. Let me tell you.
Terrible. Horrible for you.
Come on, I don't know anything about cyclists in Canada.
What's so functional about doing hand cleans or doing wall balls or, burpees? Oh, that's a lot of practicality, man. How's that more practical than...
Burpees is extremely functional. Here's why. Here's the argument for burpees. When your grandma falls down, if she's not fit, healthy, or active, our camera's gonna die. If she's not fit, healthy, or active, how is she going to get back up? If you're trained in a burpee, you've done hundreds of them, thousands of them in the gym, you know if your face is face down on the ground, how to get back up. Pretty damn functional to me, my friend.
What's so functional about doing hand cleans or doing wall balls or, burpees? Oh, that's a lot of practicality, man. How's that more practical than doing bicep curls?
Okay, how that's more practical is because we're looking at full range of motion movements. A bicep curl is not full range all the time, which is why people have the mobility issues and things like that. And it's not just that. Could you call it a functional movement? Yeah, maybe you will pick some things up like this and put it on a shelf. We do some bicep curls, but as far as it not being functional, it's because we're focused more on things that you'll see every single day that move your entire body at once, which is typically what you're going to have to do.
It's not prone for progressive overload because the workouts are changing all the time, right? So you can't maintain a consistent control to assess progress.
So you can't progressive overload in CrossFit. That is literally that's all you do. I mean, you're getting better at everything you do, WOD-wise, strength-wise, your clean and jerk, your snatch. I mean, moving from one ball to the next ball, 14-pound wall ball, 20-pound wall ball, 30-pound wall ball, more reps.
Seems like progression to me.
I mean, absolutely. And honestly, I don't hate this guy because he does bring up some decent points, but it's very to each their own depending on what gym you're at. And I think one thing that's very important to say that I see a lot of CrossFit haters on top, even when we go back to the Mark Wahlberg thing, is that the Mark Wahlberg video is that I think CrossFit really took a lot of these people's potential clients. They took a lot of people away from the sport that they were in, bodybuilding, into other gyms. I mean, you got to remember that CrossFit came along and took millions of people and put them into CrossFit gyms and gave people the ability to open up their own business.
Yep. And so at that point, if someone's taking business from me, I'm not going to like that.
I'm not going to like that. Yeah, if someone opens up a business right there and starts trying to take all my clients.
Orange Theory right next door to CrossFit OC3, and half the people leave to go to Orange Theory.
I wouldn't be too happy. They ain't going to leave me because I work my ass off to make sure my clients are always happy. But, someone could put something there and they ain't. But I understand that it's probably not the most ideal situation either. I'm not saying that this is this guy. I'm saying this overall. Really not too bad of a video. Just clearly, I think a little bit uneducated on exactly what happens in CrossFit. He'd be more than happy. I'd be more than happy to have him in my gym at any time and let him work out and see what we really do. And I'd go out and do his workouts too. All right, guys, that's where we're going to end it today. If you guys got something out of this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you guys didn't get something out of this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you guys just like Joe's hat, like and subscribe,
Or my shirt.
Or my shirt, like and subscribe, Point Electric.
Boom.
But we appreciate you guys being with us today, and we will catch you in the next one.